What's going on, y'all? In this video I want to talk about do it for your kids. Okay, now you might be watching this and maybe you don't have kids. I get it, you know, maybe this video is not one for you, but you know, if you're somebody watching this video and you do have kids, I want to kind of break it down what I'm talking about when I say do it for your kids. You might be like, what are you even talking about, bro? Look, man, when I say do it for your kids, man, I'm gonna get deep here. I'm gonna get real with you, okay? I'm talking about, say you act in ways that you are not proud of. And it doesn't even have to be you're acting out towards your kids. I just mean maybe you act out in ways like maybe your parents used to act a certain way towards you as a kid and you ain't like it, right? And maybe you find yourself acting the same way with your kids now. And you're like, damn it, why did I do that? Why did I go off that way? Why did I say that to my kid? Why did I overreact? You know, I want to be better than that. You know, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about doing that for your kid. Stepping into that better version of yourself. And when I say do it for your kids, of course, I cannot overlook the fact that you have to do it for yourself first. But let me kind of peel back some layers as to what I'm talking about. All right, look, I'm gonna be completely real with you. I got 3 kids. Okay, I got 3 kids. I got a 15-year-old daughter who lives in Minnesota that I do not have a great relationship with. It's not her fault, or of course it's not her fault, you know, but that relationship, you know, I was a kid having a kid. I'm not gonna make any excuses. I had no business having kids when I was 25, 26 years old. But, you know, it's taught me a lot. I have a 15-year-old daughter in Minnesota who my relationship is very rocky. It's not as solid as a father would like his relationship to be with his children. I also have an 11-year-old daughter. She just turned 11 last week. And I have a 7-year-old son. And like I said, the relationship with my oldest daughter is very rocky. And it was rocky with her mom. My relationship with my middle daughter right now, I'm still kind of in the court system, in therapy, in things with my middle daughter. Everything's cool with my son. But as far as, you know, when I look back and I reflect on my relationship with my 2 oldest children who were little girls, you know, and I think about my relationship with their moms, you know, I wasn't emotionally mature. I wasn't emotionally intelligent, emotionally responsible. I lacked self-awareness when I interacted with these women. You know, I'm recently 42 years old. I just had a birthday recently, right? But my oldest kid, I had her when I was 26. You know what I mean? My middle child, she's 11. I had her when I was 31. So I was still a young man myself, and I still had a lot of growing up to do. Okay, and this is not to make excuses. I know a lot of us struggle with this. A lot of fellas out here, we struggle. Women too. But a lot of us dudes, we struggle with this, man. We didn't have, you might have had a male role model in your life, but maybe he didn't like show you how to handle emotions well. Maybe he didn't show you how to hold space for somebody else's emotions well. That's what I struggle with. I had literally had to teach myself how to do that. You know, that's why I talk about being more mindful. That's why I talk about improving your emotional intelligence. When I say do it for your kids, man. Again, I'm saying doing it for your kids, but when I say that, I'm encompassing. I mean, do it for yourself too. Okay, you're not just doing it for your kids, you're doing it for you too, but you're doing it for y'all's relationship and the relationship that you will have with any other human being. And when I say do it for yourself, what I'm specifically talking about, man, is learning how to like check those patterns that you have that are not serving you. Look at those patterns, man. Look at your conditioning. If you're going off the deep end, losing your cool, saying things you don't mean, going off with your kids, going off with your lady, saying things you don't mean, saying things you ain't got no business saying. This is what I'm talking about. You have to get this in check. And the way I had to do it is you gotta like start learning how to regulate yourself, how to emotionally regulate yourself. And I know when you hear that word, you might be like, what does that even mean? You know, it's like very therapeutic sounding. And what I mean by regulating yourself, man, is just learn how to calm yourself when you get riled up about something. When something knocks you off your square, when something knocks you out of your like integrity, when you feel like you're not yourself anymore. You ever have that moment? Maybe the anger's taken over you. Maybe you're super sad, whatever. The emotion has taken over you to the point where you're not yourself anymore. These are the types of things I'm talking about working on, man. You got to start working on improving your self-awareness. You want to be able to be so solid within yourself that no matter what anybody says or does to you, it doesn't really like throw you off so much. Now, this is not to say that you are a robot and that nothing is ever going to affect you in your life. Yes, things are going to affect you in your life. Things affect me in my life. You know what I mean? Like we human beings. We're not robots. You are going to have feelings, emotions. You're going to feel things. But what I'm saying is getting to a point of where you learn how to dance with your emotions. I didn't know how to dance with my emotions for a long time. They were just something would happen, and then you just go to 100 and you just react. Say whatever the first thing that comes to your mind. You know, cut somebody down. As opposed to being able to kind of like learn this process of being able to deal with your emotions. Getting curious and being like, damn, what the hell was even said to me? Why is it hitting me that way? Why is it having this effect on me? When was the last time something like this was said to me and it had this effect on me? This is what I'm talking about. Getting hella curious about why you feel the way you feel, where it came from. Because once you start doing that, that's when you're able to put yourself in a position where you can start correcting some of your behaviors. If you're out losing your shit, going off the deep end, you didn't learn that from somewhere. You picked it up from somewhere more than likely. Maybe you saw somebody doing that to you. Somebody treated you that way, and it's ingrained in you. And to be able to, like, you know what I always like to say, get off of autopilot. Because a lot of those are autopilot responses to things, autopilot reactions to things. You got to get off of autopilot and take more control over your responses. That's what I had to do. The moment would just take over. I'd be in a relationship with my ex, man, she's saying something, and I'm not saying like you just wake up and you're going off on people. No, I'm talking about maybe you're having a conversation, like one of them uncomfortable conversations about politics, about how you and your lady might think about politics. Maybe one person like Trump and somebody don't like Trump. Having that type of conversation. I've had to have these conversations, man. They tough. This is what I'm talking about, how those types of conversations can pull you out of who you truly want to be. Because you're trying to defend, you're trying to over-explain. Now you're getting riled up. Now you triggered. Now you mad. Now you going off. It happens that quick. This is what I'm talking about. Get a handle on yourself. Do it for yourself. Do it for your kids. Get to a point where you set an example for your children. How to handle their emotions. Just because you feel a certain way doesn't mean you got to tear somebody else down. And I'm not trying to like preach as if I've always had this figured out, or I didn't. I had to learn this. And this is what I'm trying to help you with. And if you're getting any value out of this video so far, do me a favor, man, smash that like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you know when I make more videos just like this. Also, if you want to dive deeper into this type of work, this type of understanding of yourself, this type of self-mastery, then use that link in the description and book a one-on-one call with me, all right? Like I said, I struggled with this stuff for years, for decades, all right? And I've had to learn how to be more mindful, how to meditate, how to take my power back and not let a moment take my power away from me, all right? If that sounds like something you're into, like I said, use that link in the description, all right? But like I said, man, this video, I don't want to talk your head off too much, man. This video is just about understanding your patterns, understanding your conditioning, understanding why you do what you do so that you can start to shift it and move more into a place of peace, more to a place of emotional responsibility, man. Not tearing people down, carrying yourself like a man or a woman, if this video resonates with you, all right? But yo, that's all I got for you, man. If this video hit, leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought about it. Let me know how the message resonated with you. If it didn't, hey, then it didn't. All right, check out this video right here on the screen. YouTube thinks you'll enjoy this. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.